Hey everyone, Jake here from CVP. Back in 2019, ARRI announced this, their long-awaited full-frame follow-up to their incredibly renowned Alexa Mini, the Alexa Mini LF. And with it being in cinematographers' hands for just over 6 years now, we want to take a look back at why it's become one of the go-to cameras in so many areas of the filmmaking industry, and what makes it so fantastic. ARRI are of course a pillar in the filmmaking industry, as they have made some of the best, well-respected and loved products that filmmakers have relied on for years. The original Mini was released in 2015, which was followed by ARRI's first full-frame Alexa, the full-size LF, in 2018. The full-size LF is a seriously large beast, and as soon as it was announced, ARRI were of course bombarded with the question, so when are you making a mini version of this camera? And just 1 year later, the Mini LF was announced. And it was pretty much everything people wanted from a large format Mini, and even a bit more. The Alexa Mini LF features effectively two LF3 sensors rotated and then stitched together, providing an imager size of 36.7 by 25.54mm, a maximum resolution of 4408 by 3096, giving it a lovely large pixel pitch of 8.25 microns. This sensor was a big deal as it finally allowed ARRI users to capture higher resolutions, and most importantly, true 4K, which the original Mini couldn't do. This meant that the Alexa Mini LF was approved by streamers for 4K delivery, and that means that loads of streaming series and films have been captured with the Mini LF. The LF3 sensor is legendary and was the standard for image quality and sensors in the cinema and video industry for years, and this full frame version of it is even better. It has excellent dynamic range and latitude performance, just like the Super 35 LF3 sensor does, but with improved noise performance. There are some excellent sensors available now from the likes of Red and Sony, but the image that this camera can capture is still incredibly special. It has a great looking noise profile, lovely highlight roll-off, and filmic colour reproduction that gives the Alexa the look people lost after so much, and it's a key reason why so many filmmakers still choose to shoot with ARRI cameras. The sensor is rated at 800 ISO and has an EI range of 160 to 3200 and has its 14.5 stops of dynamic range mapped like this across the different EIs. Compared to some other modern sensors, it's not quite as good in low light, but it's a great step up from the Super 35 LF3 cameras. As with previous Alexa cameras, the Mini LF can record in ARRI RAW or a mixture of ProRes including 42HQ, 4444 and 4444XQ, and has a range of different recording resolutions across these codecs. This includes 4.5K 3x2 open gate, which will be great for 1.5x anamorphic, and projects where vertical and horizontal deliverables are needed, 3.8K UHD, and a range of Super 35 modes as well. You've got a really nice range to choose from, and it makes the camera very versatile, no matter what type of lens you want to use with it, whether it covers full frame or not. Its high frame rate options are limited versus the full-size LF, but that's hardly surprising given the reduction in size. You can capture up to 40 frames per second in the camera's open gate mode, then up to 60 in RAW across the different formats, and then all the way up to 100 FPS in 2.8K Super 35 16:9. When processing the Mini LF's RAW footage in post, you can even use their latest Reveal colour science, which is internally present in their Alexa 35 and 265 cameras. This is the most modern colour science from ARRI, and they believe that this new colour pipeline is more accurate, especially with the reds and purples, though people have loved the performance of their previous colour science for years. The Alexa Mini LF takes the form factor of the original Alexa Mini, but improves it in several key ways aimed to improve the overall user experience. The original LF was an absolute beast, and while people wanted to take advantage of a large format Alexa, the 7.8 kilograms or 17.2 pounds that the camera weighed and its massive body made it very difficult to use in certain shooting situations and on certain support equipment. So it makes sense that 1917 was the first film shot on the Mini LF. And legendary cinematographer Roger Deakins, who's long used ARRI cameras, wanted to shoot with a large format Alexa, but needed a lightweight package because of the film's one-take nature and production design. Fortunately, ARRI were close to finalising the Mini LF at the time, so rushed a prototype to the production to use. This compact Alexa Mini LF combined with a 35, 40 and 47mm signature prime and the Trinity support system helped them to create the intimate feeling of the film, which would have been much harder to achieve with a larger camera system. The camera still has a very versatile box shape that made the original Mini so popular, but it is a bit larger, which was inevitable given the larger sensor. The box style nature of the Mini series means that you can keep it stripped back for lighter, simple rigs, and then rig it up with a range of different bits when you need to load the camera up with accessories. These changes included extra user buttons, which can be rebound in the menu, a new viewfinder port position and multi-positional coax cable, and the relocation of the media slots. The original Mini used CFast 2, whereas the Mini LF uses proprietary codex compact drives. This is to deal with the extra data rates of the higher resolutions and improve reliability over CFast 2, which could be difficult to use at times. Though these proprietary cards are much more expensive. The viewfinder, or MVF2, that came out with the Alexa Mini LF was a serious upgrade over the previous one. It is higher resolution, has more buttons, and an improved 4-inch LCD screen and user interface. It's a pleasure to use, but it should be considering it's just under £9,000 price tag. The software on the Mini LF looks much more modern compared to the original Mini, and it operates much faster as well. Controlling the camera through the viewfinder is nice and fast, and the extra user buttons make operating a decent experience. It's the same viewfinder still used on the Alexa 35, and honestly, it's a pleasure to use. And if you'd rather use a monitor, you could always use one of the SDI outputs, or even ARRI's CCM1, which connects using the same coax cable as the viewfinder and allows for camera control through the monitor, which is nice. But personally, I love this viewfinder and would choose it most times over the CCM1. But it's great to have so many monitoring options. The I/O of the Mini LF is similar to the Mini, and just like that, you will need to add on some kind of power supply option. This could be as simple as powering the camera off of something like a block battery, or using a battery plate, which ARRI offer a few different versions of. These first or third party plates will give you the option to use batteries, as well as giving you extra power outputs if you need to as well, which could be very handy. The camera also has built-in full spectrum ND filters, where you have the options for clear, 0.6, 1.2 and 1.8, and in a camera this size, this comes in very handy, especially when on support equipment. The quality of them is really good as well. Honestly, once you get used to cameras with NDs built in, it becomes very hard to go back. The Mini LF has an interchangeable lens mount, so you have options for PL, M, EF and LPL mount, which was announced with the full-size LF. This is ARRI's new standard lens mount, like their PL mount, but for their larger format cameras and lenses. And it is the mount they use across their signature series of lenses. Having the ability to put a large range of cinema and even broadcast optics on this camera makes the Mini LF even more versatile. The Mini LF also has a built-in motor controller which can be connected to via the L bus on the lens mount here. This allows you to daisy chain motors and then control them using ARRI's ECS series of controllers, like the WCU4 or Hi5. This makes connecting and powering motors really clean and easy. So it's been over 6 years since the Alexa Mini LF was released, and it's still one of the most used cinema cameras on the market, being used by a huge range of productions from commercials to feature films, because of its incredible image, reliability and robust workflow. Shows like Three Body Problem, Beef and Shogun, and feature films like The Batman, Dune Part 2, John Wick Chapter 4 and Anatomy of a Fall have all used the Mini LF, and all look fantastic in their own way. The Alexa Mini cameras have been incredible tools for years, and also investments for the owner-operators and rental houses. These cameras are designed for the use and abuse that happens on set. There are plenty of cameras out there with thousands of hours on them that are still running thanks to their robust design and ability to be serviced and repaired. It's actually incredibly impressive how much the Alexa Mini and Mini LF cameras have held their value since they've been released. The Mini LF is still available to buy new, but it can be had at some better prices on the used market. However, buying these cameras can be a bit of a minefield, as some of them will be heavily used and abused, which is why buying them through us, for example, can be a much better experience than privately. Our professional in-house engineers have serviced thousands of ARRIs over the years, and every ARRI camera that comes through our doors will be professionally evaluated and serviced by one of our experienced staff. Pretty much all of our used kit also comes with a 90-day warranty, which offers you that little bit extra peace of mind. We have a constant stream of unique and interesting kit flowing through our used and ex-demo section, so if you want to see what we currently have in stock, head over to cvp.com/used. We also buy used equipment, so if you want to upgrade or just clear out your old stock fast and easily, get in contact with us via the email below. Anyway, let us know what you think of the Mini LF, and if you have any other further questions down in the comments below. And if you like the video, please give it a like, and maybe consider subscribing so you don't miss out on our awesome upcoming content. And thank you so much for watching.